Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday, August 28th and ending Friday, September 1st, 2017. Hope you have a good trading week. Here's a look at the ES front-month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the S&P in broad market form. Really nothing again. I mean, look how boring, except for a couple days up at the start of July. We faded that back. Realistically, we hit 2,400 back at the end of February, and we're at 24.42. We've been as low as 24.20 and less this last week. So, the S&P's gone nowhere for most of the year. Would like to see it do something, hopefully soon. Probably not going to happen this week as we wrap up August and head into the Labor Day weekend. But we'll discuss all that in a bit. Let's go through all the major indices. So crude oil closes at 47.87 on Friday, up 45 cents for the day. Gold at 1297.90. S&P cash index gained 4. We really weren't expecting much on Friday, and we didn't get it. NASDAQ 100 down almost 12 points. Still doesn't quite have that 13 sell signal. Need another uptick day to get that. SOX down 5. Pretty flat there. Biotech's down 20. Also a blip. It was higher earlier in the session, though. The VIX down 95 cents to 11.28. Trend closes at 1.01. That puts the 10-day moving average at 1.09. NASDAQ volume 1.4 billion shares, the lightest of the week. And if you look, that whole week is lighter than we've seen almost all of August. So that was the big holiday week, and maybe this next week too, as we wrap up summer. We'll discuss that again here in a minute. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 695, this is positive, and on the New York plus 985, also positive. Google loses $6.39. This does not look good if it breaks the lows of July. It should be an easy move to head back and fill that gap. Apple got a 13 sell signal this week, just waiting for that to come in. It closed up 59 cents on Friday. Amazon down 7.19 at lows of the last 3 months, basically, at this point. Netflix down $2.18, also flirting with lows from the last couple of months. Tesla loses 4.88. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 49 cents. Goldman Sachs down 52 cents. This thing's just been so flat. All right, so let's take a look at the intra-week action. So here's the ES in 5 and 10-minute candles, so you can see all the way back to the prior Friday. So Monday opened fairly flat, went a little lower, a little higher, closed a couple points up. Tuesday was a gap and go day, gapped above the pressure thresholds and kept going all day, just drifted higher. Wednesday gapped down, never really filled the gap on that day. Now this is what's interesting. Tried to go up, pulled back a bit, closed just barely in the money. Thursday, a flat opening, a little bit lower by the close. And then Friday, it gaps up, pushes high enough to fill the gap that we left Tuesday going into Wednesday. And that was it, came back. And of course, for Friday, you'd expect mostly to do not much in a summer Friday, and we didn't. So what this means is that the gap we left behind this week, we did leave behind from the close of Thursday into Friday. That's easy to fill, though. It's a small gap. And then there's still a gap to fill down at like 24.27 from Monday's close. Here's the NASDAQ side. Same general rules, although we never filled the gap above. But look at the 13 sell signal, and the risk line exactly nails the high of the week. Overall, NASDAQ gained like 6 for the week, and the ES was up a little bit more than that. All right, so what do we have coming out this week? That's the big question, really, if you think about it, because we have Labor Day ahead. So on Monday, we've got the International Trade in Goods at 8:30. We've got the Dallas Fed survey at 10:30. Got some bond auctions, no big deal. Tuesday, Red Book at 8:55, S&P Housing Price Index at 9, Consumer Confidence at 10. That one can move the market. Bank Reserve Settlement on Wednesday, and then we've got the MBA mortgage applications at 7 a.m., ADP employment change at 8:15. Got the GDP number at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's the second look for the second quarter, and corporate profits also at 8:30. The weekly oil, I can do this, crude oil inventories number an hour into the market on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got a bunch of notes. Then you've got the Challenger job cut report, jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. That's the weekly number. Personal income and spending at 8:30 a.m. Chicago PMI at 9:45, along with the Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index. Pending home sales 30 minutes into the market. Natty gas an hour into the market. We've got the money supply number coming out after the market. And then on Friday, employment, that's the unemployment rate with the non-farm payrolls at 8:30 a.m. That's a big one. PMI manufacturing index at 9:45, ISM index at 10, construction spending at 10, consumer sentiment at 10, and that wraps up the week. So what is the thing to look out for here? Well, the big numbers that are coming out in there, obviously the unemployment rate on Friday can be an important number. I think you're going to want to look at the GDP, although it's the second look. Thursday's got the most probably. But the thing to keep in mind, the way this week works is this. Monday, okay, Mondays can be a little slower than others, although last Monday was outstanding. So we'll trade Monday. Tuesday's good, and then Wednesday's probably okay. Thursday's the last day of the month, so it's a statement printing day. Means that probably not much going on. The other thing that happens because of the calendar layout here is if they're not going to do much on Thursday, the big players are going to leave. They're going to leave Wednesday afternoon. They're not going to come back for Thursday because it's in the month, and they're not going to come back for Friday because it's Friday leading into the long weekend. Monday is a holiday for Labor Day. The markets are closed. So Friday is going to be a bust. And it's the end of summer, so hopefully something in September starts to pick up and get a little more interesting as we head into the federal budget discussions and stuff like that. Thursday, probably a bust as well because the end of the month. So if there's anything to do this week, it'll probably be Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what we'll be focused on. Obviously, we'll show up every day just in case. You never know with news and whatnot. But in terms of what to expect, I would say it's Tuesday, Wednesday, the better trading days of the week. Friday, almost for sure, a waste of time as we head into that long weekend. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week ahead of Labor Day, and have a great Labor Day weekend.